My name is Ken, and am an American born-again Christian. My dream was to be a husband. I prayed to God every day for a right woman to marry. I wanted a woman who loves God as much as I do. To me, race and nationality were not something I cared about, as long as that woman had the qualities I was looking for. 4 months earlier, I had joined a Facebook group called Christian Singles Living for Jesus. This Facebook group aimed at motivating and encouraging single Christians to find purpose and joy in their singleness.
On 31st of May 2021, Ken wrote a comment on a particular post in that Facebook group. His thoughtful and mature comment caught many people's attention. Many people liked and replied to his comment. But in that Facebook group, there was this beautiful born-again Christian lady named Proy. She was very impressed by Ken's comment. She wondered, who is this guy that reasons in a mature way? Who is this brother in Christ? So she just liked the comment. But Proy's curiosity made her want to look at Ken's Facebook profile. She got more impressed when she found Ken's page was all about God. And she said to herself, these are the kind of people I want to connect with, people who love God. And she sent a friend request to Ken. Ken accepted Proy's friend request in just a second. It felt like he was eagerly waiting for Proy's friend request.
Proy said hi to me. I said hi too. I asked her about her day. She said her day was good. Then she thanked me for knowing God, and she told me that my comment in the group was very amazing. I appreciated her compliment. I told her that many people had sent me friend requests, but her friend request was the first one. We didn't talk much that day. We wished each other a good day, and that was all.
You might be wondering, who is Proy? Proy is a beautiful born-again Christian from Uganda, but she was working in Dubai. She was looking for a Christian man who loves God and ready for a serious relationship. Proy had tried both Christian and non-Christian dating apps, but she couldn't find a man that had the qualities she was looking for. She did not care about color, race, or nationality. So she started praying and fasting so that God could bring her a God-fearing man. Proy had been a member of that Facebook group for 4 years, but she doesn't remember how she joined it. A few days later, after talking to Ken, Proy was hit by the fridge door on her toes. She cried so much like a baby because her toes had swollen and she was in pain. She was then rushed to the hospital. When she reached at the hospital, she was given a wheelchair. She told her boss to take pictures of her so that she could send them to her family back in Uganda. Proy also posted those pictures on her Facebook story.
When I saw those pictures on her Facebook story, I felt sorry for her, so I sent her an emoji.
Proy didn't find that emoji funny, so she almost blocked Ken.
I asked her if she was hurting, and we continued chatting from there. As we continued talking daily and getting to know each other, I called her my wife.
Proy told Ken to stop calling her his wife because she didn't know him that well. So she suggested that they should get to know each other and become boyfriend and girlfriend first.
I didn't want to be just her boyfriend. I told her I wanted to be her husband. I knew she was going to be my wife. Proy loved God. She was beautiful, hardworking, and very humble. She had all the qualities I was looking for in a woman. So I told her to call me husband, and I was going to call her my wife.
Proy told Ken that they were not married.
I told her one day I will marry her.
Ken processed an express passport in June 2021, and the passport was ready in July 2021. That's how fast Ken wanted to meet Proy. At that time, Proy was working in Dubai, and she always had a busy work schedule, but she was always given a vacation of 1 month every once a year. Ken had to be patient and wait to meet Proy in November 2021 during her vacation.
I told my family about Proy, and they were very happy that I had found the love of my life. I told them about my upcoming trip to Dubai and Uganda. They were a bit concerned because I was traveling to 2 different countries, but I assured them that I would be safe. In November, I flew to Dubai and finally met Proy in person for the first time. She was a beautiful woman. We were both happy to see each other after 5 months of online dating. I had initially planned to propose to Proy on our first meeting, but a few days before my trip to Dubai, I was feeling sick. so I decided to propose to her on the third day. On the third day, I felt better, and we went to Burj Khalifa and Dubai Mall. So while we were at Dubai Mall having a walk and taking some beautiful pictures, we later got a place to seat. I noticed that Proy was looking away, so I knew it was the right time to pop the question. I knew Proy was the right woman for me. Deep down, I knew I was going to make the right decision of my life. When she turned around, I asked her to marry me.
Proy was very surprised. She had no idea Ken was going to propose that day. She said yes. It was such a beautiful moment for them. She always knew Ken was going to propose to her when he came to Dubai, but she wasn't sure which day he was going to propose. So it was such a beautiful surprise. But she really loved how Ken proposed to her. They were at Dubai Mall and there were many people passing by, but still it felt like it was just the two of them.
We spent 2 weeks together in Dubai, and we really had a lot of fun together. But we later had to travel to Uganda so that I could officially meet Proy's parents.
Ken was very happy to meet Proy's family, and they were happy to meet him too. And they had a beautiful introduction, and Proy's family was very happy for her.
We spent 2 weeks together in Uganda, and I got to learn more about Proy's culture, but I later had to travel back to the US.
And Proy had to travel back to Dubai for work. After a while, Proy applied for a K1 visa, but at first it was not approved because she had not submitted her birth certificate. But later she submitted her birth certificate and her K1 visa was approved. She then had to fly to the US and the distance was finally closed. After arriving in America, they got married and now they are a happily married born-again Christian couple. Ken is indeed a man of his word. His intentions were clear from day one. He saw Proy not just as a beautiful woman, but also a wife material. He promised to marry her and he made it happen. Ken deserves his flowers.
My advice to international men who want to date outside their race: it's very important to know your partner's background and her family, because marriage is a very long-term commitment and family is very important.
Ken, Proy told me to tell you that she loves you very much and will always love you. She really respects and appreciates all the hard work and effort you put in from the start to make sure you both end up together. She says you are her heaven sent. She adores you and she loves how kind you are. Proy has a YouTube channel. You can support her by subscribing to her channel and get to know more about her and Ken, and also be updated about their life in the US.